we are recapping Queen Sugar, the Rona.
The
Oh,
This
Rona.
is, if you just finished watching Queen Sugar, this is your coronavirus coping group, okay? Because I think we all need a counseling session after the latest episode of Queen Sugar. Raise your hand if you're triggered. I'm triggered.
no, for real.
Yeah. Listen, normally we try to go person by person and we're going to do some of that tonight, but I have to just start it off by saying overall like hello, we're still in the Rona. We're still in the panoramic. I don't know if we need like a coronavirus 101 dramatization when we're still balls deep in it. What do y'all think
Definitely.
about that part? Let's just start there.
I'm gonna agree with that. I can't say that it's too soon because I don't think that I'll ever be ready for like the whole mass, people
Yeah.
losing work, the this or that. But like it's too much for me at this point. I enjoy my TV escape, so it was different for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, y'all in the comments, there's some people hopping on. I asked the question, raise your hand if you're triggered. We all agreed we're all triggered. So, like, y'all go on ahead and join us in being triggered. Raise your hand, put a little emoji in there if you're also triggered. Season, what was your take on just, let's just talk about just the whole notion of coronavirus even being like, really incorporated into a show that is, it's, yes, it's contemporary, but is it like a lot, or is it just Brittany and I who thinks that?
I mean, like you said, I think it's a lot because we still in it. It's not like, you know, we watching this and we like, damn, y'all remember that? That shit was crazy, because we
Yeah.
still in it or whatever. And then I can only imagine how, people who have like lost loved ones
Oh
feel
yeah.
watching this. Cause every time they bring somebody up, I'm like, oh shit, he finna get the road. Oh shit, Prosper
I
done got the
know.
road.
I
His
know.
mama, I was like, oh damn, Hollywood, so it's just like it's a lot for me. And I feel like, maybe it's showing us because we in the cities for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's showing us how corona hit a smaller town with a older population. I don't know, but uh uh
I
Yeah.
thought, but my thing I think was it was like really heavy handed. Like if you went down like a woke checklist of like all of the points to hit about coronavirus, like the racial disparities, the disparities in small businesses getting aid versus
Yeah.
locked out of aid, talking about what else? I had some notes. You know, what else was it? Shit, where are my notes at?
I
Sorry.
mean, for me, even to see like him making those phone calls in the beginning and like letting people go and having to have those personal conversations one on one, and then like getting that feedback from people like, oh well, this one's sick. Like that hit home for me because in what I do in the beauty industry, that was the narrative. Like everything
Yeah.
just stopped. So I'm like, oh my goodness, like so many people went from being able to take care of themselves to not having any options,
Right.
having
Right.
to do so many things and pivot. So like you got people doing things that they never thought they would, and they're extremely talented and gifted for. So it was like heart wrenching to see him make those phone calls.
Yeah, and I think MD Terp says something good. He says, I get why people would be triggered. So he says he's not triggered.
Okay.
Okay. And he says it would feel weird for them to just be carrying on without COVID. I don't really think so because I think most shows that we watch aren't necessarily like this is the year 2020. This is the year. Well, they're kind of year. Listen, if you watch Tyler Perry,
Right.
it's fucking 20 episodes for 3 days. So I don't know if you have to necessarily keep to the same timeline in the contemporary timeline, but I do think to his point, it would be hard to film without any kind of social distancing, without any kind of masking and stuff like that. Um, So, but what he said is, he said triggered by what? No, the COVID stuff. No, I mean, it's a part of reality. And since racial disparities are such a part of the show, it makes sense to include COVID. I don't necessarily begrudge the including COVID part. I just think it's really, 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 really heavy handed.
Right.
That's where the show has always covered issues like discrimination in farming. It covered immigration issues. It's covered, in some sense, gentrification, I guess, and whatever. But I think it's always done it in a way that felt very like character forward instead of issue forward. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like now it's very much like issue forward. Like I pulled up my notes. They talked about like, oh, broadband access, like, oh, our internet is really slow. And it's like, yes, that is true, I'm sure. And it's not like left field, but it just feels like, like, okay, check, we've covered broadband access. It talks about, schooling and how the schools haven't made sure that some students aren't left behind because of access. Okay, check. Talked about the grocery shortages and, fighting for toilet paper. Okay, check. Now how stupid was it that we was fucking wiping off packages and stuff?
Wiping off the boxes that we
I never did that.
We did all that shit. All that shit wasn't even necessary. So okay, check. So it was like check. And that's what it felt like to me. It felt like a checklist of like, let's cover every single thing that's happening in the coronavirus right away in this episode, and let's try to cram it in. And it was less character for it. Season, what do you think about that?
No, I agree. I was like, when they was talking about the internet suck, I was fighting at the grocery store. I was like, okay, it was just like, I don't know. Like you said, to each their own, but I'm not really interested in this particular part of the storyline right now. I'm just not.
Yeah. Also, I mean, the other part to me that just was like, oh, it's so in your face. And it's true. I mean, it's not inaccurate. Let me be clear.
Right.
I don't think we're not saying that this isn't accurate as to how it happened. It's totally accurate. But it's just like, it doesn't conjure up like good feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like the scene with Charlie on the Zoom council meeting, it's like, I mean, we're on Zoom right now, right? This is how this starts to way of life. But it's just like, so they're going like really like diving into this shit, like, cause I mean, I don't know about you guys. I watch some reality shows and they do the little fake ass, like, hey, wear a mask, and then 5 seconds later the mask is off, and it's like,
right.
Like this is like they're committed, and so I do appreciate them modeling good behavior. They're modeling social distancing. They're modeling very hardcore mask wear, and I think Donlyn Gardner was like, I'll come back, but y'all wearing masks around me. I
agree. The social distancing in the thing. I think that it's just, it's no let up, and we know that in our homes, although we are, dealing with these things, we still have things happening in our homes, at our jobs, that our storyline that can be separate from that, because my kids still in there fighting and arguing. I'm like, look, give me some entertainment, okay? I need to see some kind of normal something,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's where I am with it.
Yeah, it feels very much like they put the story, much of the story, the character story, on the back burner and made it all about coronavirus. And like, how would it, you could literally inject any generic person into almost any one of these circumstances.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's how coronavirus went. And that's my complaint. It's not like, oh, this is really character specific. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I think I've gone on enough about that. Let's actually talk about what happened. Let's start off with Nova. Nova is living her best life in the pandemic, okay? In the quarantine. She getting her sexy time on with Calvin. She's still doing her, save the world routine. Of course, again, acknowledging her privilege, check, doing all that. But what were you guys thinking about? I thought it was interesting that they still kept Nova, who has historically been terrible in relationships, kind of on this smooth sailing path with Calvin. Season, what did you think about that? And in the comments, you guys leave a comment as well.
Yeah, I mean, their whole conversation at the table, like, oh, I really enjoyed this quarantine with you. And we've been, it's the best time of my life, and we fortunate, and we've been getting busy like 3 times a day. I was like, that makes two of y'all, but I don't know, but she just seems so different. And I don't know if that's the way, I mean, obviously that's the way she being written, but she just seemed like, I don't know, as dedicated as she is to him, she just don't seem like she got that fire in her.
Yeah, it's like very like just I don't know. There's a disconnect there. Yeah, it's like there's something. There's that like that Nubian fierceness that's like kind of like really washed away. It's a little bit more like, I don't know. I don't want to say Carol Baskin child because that's insulting. But I mean, like, it's a little bit more like, okay, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Marianne Williamson, who are the right women out there that are into all this spiritual shit? I don't know. But like, if it was like, it's just not as like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. What do you think, Brittany?
I'm kind of picking up that it may be like, where the pressures of someone getting in an interracial relationship, and I can't really say, but sometimes you feel like you gotta dumb down the blackness or the movement to make it comfortable. You know, I don't know if
but I just think her energy is not like, giving me Nova.
Like, maybe,
I'm telling you, she should have never cut them dreads off.
Yeah, her superpower is like something like
you get in that love space and you're like, oh, whatever you like, whatever you want, bark like a dog. Like she on her Coming to America, that first thing, like she hopping.
Yeah. Maybe we're the problem because it's like when let's say like a Mary J. Blige. You know how our Keisha got up like, you make better music when you're miserable. Like I don't know if we're projecting, but I'm happy that she's happy. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
They seem like a nice enough couple. There is just some I can't, and we're gonna have to figure it out. But K Fab Max says Nova lost her locks and her spirit went with them.
Yeah.
Steph Chris says, I'm wondering if the pandemic might cause an issue with them due to his kids, him wanting to be, he seemed very happy without his goddamn kids. He was like, yeah, my kids are struggling. Like, she's like, oh, really? Your kids are struggling? like this is news to her. Y'all been together for 6 weeks.
I know, but she had, he know what's up. He walked in on her meditating and was like, shit, I don't want to fuck with the meditation.
Let me tell you. She got him wide open. I'm just trying to figure out where her energy is.
Where it is. Yeah.
It's just it's not giving me like, what I'm saying? It's not giving me a punch that I'm used to from Nova. Even when she was with, I don't remember the girl's name, but but she was with Reagan Gomez's character, or even when she was with Cree Summers' character, or a variety of people, she had just some punch still. I'm just not seeing it. But maybe it's growth, maybe being disowned by her whole family. She's humbled herself. I don't know what it is.
But she might be on some I won. I ain't gotta fight no more.
Yeah. So then maybe that's what we should just receive. So I'm gonna try to receive Happy Nova and like put all like the other stuff in. I guess that she's just moved on. So okay.
Yeah, good for you, Nova. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, y'all in the comments, should we just accept Happy Nova?
Peace and blessings.
Yeah, peace and blessings and miracles and candles and all that stuff, Chad.
Right.
Yeah, maybe everybody should be meditating. I don't be meditating, Chad.
I don't meditate, but
I'm on Prosper. Now, see, I'm doing more what Prosper was doing. April, I had fucking CNN on all day looking like, oh my God.
Watching the media all day, overwhelmed.
So let's go. Let's talk about Prosper. I feel like Prosper is probably the most accurate character out of everybody. Because let's be honest, everybody wasn't out there doing all this shit. Everybody else was doing on the show. A lot of people were at home. If you wasn't watching the news, you was watching Netflix or something at home by yourself or whatever your immediate household is. But do you guys feel like they're really trying to set it up for Prosper, something to happen to him, or are we? Because I just have that feeling, but I'm like, oh, I don't want it to be that. You know, what do you think, Season?
I think they are trying to set it up like something might happen to him, but the way the show ended with Nova reaching out and like, oh, give me a quote for this article I'm working on, just trying to make him feel like it's less of a issue or burden to check up on him and like, so because clearly he just want to kick it, he just want to watch TV, he want to be submerged in what he want to be bothered with. But I'm starting to feel less and less like something might happen to him,
Yeah.
and more like, okay, he just chilling and he actually has boundaries and he might be okay.
That's the thing, because he sure looked like, bitch, if you don't back the fuck up. Like, Nova was trying to have, people ever try to have a conversation with you in a pandemic. You're like, bitch, it's a pandemic. What are we talking for? Just drop the shit off and get the fuck on. Like, I have to have a conversation. Like, hello, goodbye. So I think that the boundaries was a perfect way of describing it. That makes me optimistic about his chances, Shell, of surviving, because he's like, back the fuck up.
That's how all people been responding though. Like, they are serious. I've had conversations with people like, look, do not come to my house. You know that you cannot. Holidays is canceled. Even my girl, I'm like, ain't no Thanksgiving over here. Ain't no this. You canceling a holiday by holiday. So I think that's just an old people energy right there. They're right. No, give me 50 feet.
Like all that talking
Not
shit,
even 6, give me 50.
Like, it's like, even if you at the store, like if you somewhere out and people trying to like respiratory droplets, hello, you got the mask on, back up, I'm gonna go to some of the comments. Let's see. K-Fab says, peaceful Nova won't last, just give it time. Oh, so she is cynical like S. Christopher says, 5-minute meditation is life. Okay, maybe I should try it. I don't feel like I need to meditate, but maybe if I get to that point,
Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. There were some other comments. MJ says, I'm more hopeful for Prosper's chances now that we have Hollywood's mom. Okay, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna talk about Hollywood's mom. Steph Chris says he's not out and about, so hopefully physically he'll be okay, but concerned about his mental health. I thought that was a clever way of kind of addressing, again, check, mental health, isolation, check. Okay, so we're covering that, I thought Nova, though, was, again, heavy-handed, I was just like, okay. But I did like, to your point, Season, that Nova found a way to connect with Prosper, because there are some people that are like, y'all quit checking on me, I'm good, and they don't like all that shit. But it's different when you call somebody and you have a connection and you're sharing interests, So I thought that part was nice. But I mean, I guess so. Prosper is going to be the isolation check, and so maybe Hollywood's mom is going to be the unfortunate victim. So let's talk about
the no obedience check.
Yeah. So let's talk about Hollywood. I thought it was really sweet, him, connecting over food season. That's something that we did as a family. We had weekly Zoom food challenges where we would pick a theme every week, and we would each household, because I wasn't doing cooking, but each household would make a dish and we would post the dishes on my Twitter so people can vote on them. And it was fun. And we really connected. None of us were like big time, like home cookers, chefs. When we got together from traveling across the country, we was out in the streets going to restaurants. Yeah. So it was a really good way for us to connect. So I did that was a non-triggering part that connected with me until the mama started coughing. And then it's like, oh, here we go with this shit. So, and that's funny because anytime somebody cough now,
oh yeah,
you're like, you got the Rona, yeah. Season, what did you think about, at the cooking part, with our family, did you connect with that at all?
Yeah, no. I guess I didn't notice that he was cooking because his mama was like, why you pouring all that liquor up in there? Okay. So, I think it just his relationship with his mom and Vi,
Yeah.
she cool with his mama too. So I thought seeing all that was really cute. But yeah, when she was like, "Oh, I'm finna go play bridge and whoop whoop whoop," and then she started coughing and talking about her humidifier. I said, "Oh shit, here we go. She finna get the
Oh, I
drama."
missed the bridge part. So she was going out
She said,
socializing.
"Remember, she was like, I'm finna go meet up with so and so to play bridge, and you know,
Just
I
playing
got
cards, honey.
and then Hollywood was like, oh, y'all should be playing over Zoom or something, and she was like, nah, you know, Miss so and so be cheating. I gotta watch her in person and da 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 da."
Oh, I missed
So
that.
yeah, and then she started coughing and was like, "Oh, I
Okay.
just got to turn up my humidifier at night or something." And then
Mm.
next scene, he couldn't get in touch with her ass. So
Yeah. Where
I'm
your
like,
bridge
"Oh,
homies at? The fuck? The bitches that deserted you?
What?
That's the cold blooded part about COVID. Like your ass can be, oh yeah, I got my pod, I got my people I socialize with. Let your ass get sick. The
Ain't
phone
nobody
lines dry the fuck up. Oh, I ain't
coming.
heard from them since Bridge. I don't know. Wasn't
Nobody
me.
coming to drop off. Nobody coming to visit. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
no."
Ain't
That's
nobody
it.
playing.
Your ass is disowned until you recover.
Exactly.
So, but I felt the tension though of, especially with him having an elderly mom. She had been coughing before Hollywood, not been able to get in contact with her. Like that is a real situation a lot of people have dealt with.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, the previews didn't look too good for his mom, but
Oh, I can't see the previews. I'm
but I
watching
but
them
but I
now.
think he did get in contact, like the neighbor got in contact with the mom,
Yeah, the
and she's
neighbor got in
alive.
contact.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
alive, but she seems like she's exhibiting coronavirus symptoms. So
Mm.
she might be the first casualty of the
Yeah.
of coronavirus on the show. Better her than Prosper. I know that sounds terrible because we just met her. So better. Well, she might have been on the show before. I don't remember, but
I
you
don't
know.
remember.
Maybe that's why they popped her in.
Yeah,
Right.
but even just going back to that the COVID presence,
Yeah.
just the fact that this interaction is happening over Skype or over FaceTime is
Yeah.
just like crazy. It's like it's incorporating how we communicate now, not just like okay, let's talk about it, but just the actual visuals of how we look when we're interacting now on
Yeah.
Zoom or on FaceTime. Like that's really realistic. Is it better that it's realistic? That's TBD, I guess. You
Yeah.
know. Okay, so let's talk about Micah. He's back home
Mm-hmm.
and he's on the phone a lot, child, huh? And let me tell you something. Charlie walked up in there. She kept her mask on. She got the coordinator mask on. Shout out to Charlie's mask game. But she was like, yeah. When you get tested, we can take these masks off. So shout out if nobody else is gonna model good masking behavior, Charlie Bordlone is gonna model good behavior. She said, I know you my son. You need a test
Listen.
before that mask come on. Even though Michael did not have good masking behavior at all. Okay.
Yes,
But
he did.
well, he didn't have his mask on at any point before the mom came in.
He when she walked in with her mask on, he put his mask on. But when she came in his room, he didn't put his mask on. But he was in his room. You leave.
Yeah, but it took him a minute. It took him a minute to put his mask on. It took him a minute.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. But let's talk about Micah and Kiki. So last week I got on his ass about his insecurity. We all did about how he was riding and Kiki looking real insecure, asking her about homeboy. Well, were his spidey senses on point, or was he slandering poor Kiki? Because Micah and Kiki are through. Season, what do you think?
I mean, I think she knew he was finna join this fraternity, and she got to jump on his ass and got a new boo before he could dump her, start cheating on her. So good
Yeah.
for you, Kiki.
Brittany, what are your thoughts on Micah and
I
Kiki
think
breaking
it's
up?
slander. I think it's slander. I think he petty to be continued. He wants to prove a point. He want to be like beating somebody to the punch, and that's the self-sabotage of it all. When you insecure, you definitely be trying to one up people. So
Okay.
I think it's petty. I think it's petty.
Okay. Y'all in the comments, y'all let me know which one y'all think it is. Steph Chris says his concerns are warranted and he's ready to hit the streets with his friends. Listen.
He been ready to hit the streets. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, as soon as he Pleasure came out, oh, he was ready. Listen, I'm a little torn because the best way to get your mama off of your ex's team is to be like, oh, that bitch cheated or whatever situation may be, right? So as soon as he said, oh, she got another boyfriend, she's like, what? And that was the last that you heard about, she ain't gonna go for Kiki at all.
But so, Charlie wasn't feeling the new chick he was talking to, so yeah, she probably gonna be on the damn. He move on quick, or you just like your daddy, or whatever. It's gonna be something else there.
Well, one thing we know is Charlie definitely be up in the mix. I thought it a little, oh, she's such a big fan of you. Like, apparently she's a big fan of her as a basketball wife. I was thinking maybe she had followed her political career, but she was talking about how she always looked cute or whatever. But I couldn't really tell. Did he have Bay written in the phone number that was saved? It was like something.
Oh shit! I couldn't see it.
If y'all,
but he was giving too much of the little like charming talk anyway. It was just overkill for me, which lets me know that you are definitely being petty. Like that's all in the signs. Like I'll be ready to jump through the screen one day. You don't like this girl that much.
I don't look at niggas' phones no more, so I wasn't even looking at his phone.
Not even in the show, honestly.
Bird Box.
But he was. I think he ready to move on and get. Watch next episode. He gonna be on the phone with a whole new chick.
I don't know. It seemed the previews. You guys didn't see the previews, but the previews it seemed like Charlie doing what she always does, get up in his business, is asking like, who is this girl that you're talking to? Why does it matter, Charlie? If the semester's over, he back home and like he dropped out of school. I don't know. It seemed like they're classmates, but we'll have to see what her issue is next week with whatever this girl is. K-Fab says, I understand how Micah felt. Micah has been cheated on before. Well, what at the very beginning, right? The first season when it was the white girl that was cheating on him or something like that.
It's a white girl.
So, okay, very first season, if I can recall correctly, y'all have to remind me. Micah got expelled or he got in trouble because there was a dick pic in his girlfriend's phone. But Micah unequivocally didn't do it because he was still a virgin and he had never sent her a dick pic. The dick wasn't his. Y'all tell me if I got that right or wrong. I'm pretty sure that was what happened.
I think you're right.
Okay, so that's how I vaguely remember it.
I just don't remember if the girl was black or white now.
No, she was definitely white.
Okay, you're right. I remember that. I remember that now.
Okay. Now I don't know when he lost his virginity. If he was a virgin, then I might be adding the virgin part, but I feel like it was, I'm a virgin. That's why it's not my dick in her phone.
No, I just think it wasn't his. He was like, that's not even mine.
Okay, so K-Fab is siding with me. So I think I'm correct. Okay. So Micah hasn't really been out in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like he went from cheating white girl, dick pic situation to like out here, he pretty much got with Kiki. That's the only one I think I can remember him being with this whole show. So,
he ready to thot and bob.
Yeah, so he out now. So he about to thot and bob as much as you can in the pandemic. But shout out to Kiki though. Listen, if Kiki does have a man in the middle of a panoramic, good for you, girl. That's that girl magic.
In the middle of a panoramic.
As the kids is calling it, panoramic.
Panasonic. It don't matter. She is like, bitch, miss one, next one, 15 minutes coming. So shout out to Kiki. Pimp Kiki, okay?
That new dating thing during all of this stuff, I don't even know how folks is doing it. I'm so happy I'm married. Oh my God.
Well, these young girls.
The coldest winter.
That is city girls. So it's point on the board for the city girls. They're savage. Okay. So she channeling her any city girl and her any Megan Thee Stallion or whatever. Even though all the city girls, they all have men, so they fake as fuck too. Because JT is with Lil Uzi Vert and Carisha, Young Miami had a man. They all fake with all their lyrics, right? Megan Thee Stallion's with Party, Fontaine, yeah. So, but keep telling people all this hot girl shit while you got a man. That is the scam that men have been pulling on other men. They married, talk about hoes, this, that, and the other. And so women, why not equal opportunity scamming? So anyway, okay. Enough about that. Charlie, I mean, it's not really much to talk about with Charlie. Charlie, they really put every kind of plot that she has to the back burner. She is literally just like Councilwoman Charlie. And I just really want more for her in terms of the plot. Because I think if that's all she's going to be this whole season, that's just a waste for me.
She has been checking the shit out of people. Though, because she checked that one girl at the beginning of the last episode. And then when she showed up to the office and Parker had dipped, and she was oh. Then this episode, her first scene with her, she checking old boy over Vi. Like, she do more for the community than you. He was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead on and hop off. So she been checking folks or whatever. But yeah, her story, she ain't much going on with Charlie.
There's no personal life for Charlie. It's all like Micah ain't really fucking with her and Councilwoman, you know. But I did like, you know, I think the role that she's playing is instrumental in terms of pushing a lot of stuff forward, you know, with even like giving Anvi the heads up about, oh, well, the health department and, you know, the rules and this, that, and the other, because, you know, they always apply the rules to us harsher than anybody else. So anything else to add on Charlie? Like I said, she ain't really, one thing I can say about Charlie, I don't know how she got a seamstress that quick in a pandemic to make all her matching masks, but shout out to her seamstress because all the satin masks, everything color coordinated.
Fabulous.
And I have to say, Dawnlyn Gardner is smizing her ass off with that mask on, child. She is acting from the nose up, okay? Because as soon as Vi mentioned Micah, her eyes lit up. She reminds me a lot of Kamala. Like, Kamala has a really good smize, right? So she just be acting like, you know, I don't have a smize.
She got them acting eyes.
Yeah, I have a bug eye, a side eye, but I do not have the smize down. So. I'm sure you got it, Brittany, but I
you know.
If y'all have a smize, your back pocket. Leave a comment if you have a smize, because I ain't got it. I ain't got it. Season
Tyra Banks. She's y'all know y'all didn't watch that. You want to be on top, you gotta.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Like I see my problem is mine is too big. See, I like that's not smizing. That's not.
Did you look like you looking at some food?
Yeah. Goofy as shit, man. God damn. My smile does a lot of heavy lifting because the eyes ain't it. Okay? Anyway.
Pancakes.
Now,
oh god.
But I gotta work on my smizing because I got every black girl, everything in my eyes.
It's all in the eyes.
Conversation. But I can't do the smizing. That's it. Anyway, okay, let's move on. I think we might be almost through everything. Okay, Anvi. Anything to talk about with Anvi? Not really.
I mean, shout out to her, you know, trying to get her to drop-offs and
the community.
You know, yeah, she doing her thing, and I hope that they don't come hate on her and shut it down because I remember getting takeout when the pandemic first started. I did not cook because I was like, what if shit really do shut down? So we was eating out every day trying to hold on to the groceries we were able to find. So I would hate if they shut her down because that's not accurate. They did not shut down restaurants and stuff.
Now, see, I did not eat out for like 3 months because I'm like, I don't know what y'all doing.
It was like you ain't playing with it.
Yeah, I ain't playing with it. But ain't you're right. I mean, they should have had takeout. That's the part that doesn't make sense. So maybe the next episode she'll be doing takeout because I that's all I do now. I don't dine in, but I will get some takeout. I'll order ahead, come pick up, bloop, and we out. Ain't no conversation either. You can save all that shit.
Right.
It's a pandemic.
Right.
Just go ahead, contactless. But yeah, no, shout out to her. She's always a staple of the community. And I did like the fact that they did reflect how a lot of people were on their own, throughout this pandemic, and they did really rely on help, whether it's people
Yeah.
doing drop-offs and things like that. So I thought that was, again, check covering, different aspects of what kind of community service looks like. So that was great. I'm biased, always a staple of the community. Okay, the last thing we'll talk about is Ralph Angel and Darla. Before I get to that though, as Christopher says, we didn't leave the house for a month and a half straight. It was crazy. Yeah, that was me over here. Okay. So Darla and Ralph Angel, I'm still very pleased to see how well their relationship is going. Like, I'm like trying to like really like live in this and not wait for the other shoe to drop like it always does with them. Like, maybe they're like another Aunt Vi in Hollywood, like a stable, healthy, connected couple. Season, what do you think?
No, I think it's cute. I think they gonna make it work. I mean, looking for jobs, and
Yeah.
she making her own little wedding dress with that. She making her a little yellow. I think she making a wedding dress or something.
She's gonna be Chiquita Banana, goddamn mascot with
Do
that
it.
yellow. I was like,
I know.
I thought she was making new uniforms for Aunt Vi's pies or something.
She's like, don't worry what this is, girl. That's a dress. But anyways, no, I thought it was cute, and he just really is going above and beyond to prove, like, I'm gonna take care of you. We family. We gonna make it. We gonna do this and do that, and then he went and got him a job at a nursing home. Like,
that was another check. Oh, nursing homes, the check.
Yeah, and it's like, okay. So yeah, but Ralph Angel, he down for the cause, man. And Miss Darla's she finna chill, be at home sewing till she can get her a little job or whatever. But I think it's cute.
I think that, MJ says making masks to sell on Etsy. That's would have been shit. Darla should have been like, hey, Charlie, do you need a seamstress for all the masks that your ass is wearing? You got a color coordinated mask. Somebody is hooking up these masks. Everybody had cloth masks on the thing. So that's what Darla needs to do. Because if she can sew, she need to be making some masks. Okay. But yeah, I think that it's good that they're very united, and I thought that it was good that Ralph Angel's really stepping up to the plate. He's not doing this like, woe is me, this victim.
Yes.
And I don't like to say victim shit because that like, marginalizes systemic stuff, blah, blah, blah. But you get my fucking drift. The point is that he's grown up and he has manned up and bossed up and is like, I'm the man of the house. I'm going to make whatever I need to make happen. Darla, of course, is trying to pull her weight after being laid off. I guess they haven't incorporated the stimulus check or none of the unemployment shit in yet. Maybe
right.
So people will be doing a little bit better. But shout out to Ralph Angel for making it happen, child. Now, here's the thing about that interview, though. Right? Okay. This is what I need people to understand. Don't nobody want your funky ass job, okay? Almost nobody looking for a job even wants to fucking be there. If we all can help it, we would just get paid to do jack shit. So you have this motherfucker in the middle of a pandemic who clearly has other shit going on they'd rather be doing, coming up in here to be a janitor. Shout out to janitors, custodial workers. There's no shade in that. However, why the fuck is this chick badgering the hell out of him? Like, it's fucking saving the world, and like she's all like, well, we want somebody who's really into being a janitor, and it's just like, leave him the fuck alone, bitch. Are you hiring or not? Like, he sold it though, because that's what you do, right? You go into a job that you don't fucking want, but you need the money, and you say whatever the hell it is that you got to say to get the goddamn job. So, and as Christopher says, that interview speech had me worked up. My grandpa did janitor work for a season to support us. Yes, there's dignity in every job.
Absolutely.
Because, at the end of the day, you're providing But like, let's not kid ourselves and act like people want to do anything other than what the fuck they were doing before they got in that door.
Absolutely.
Right? You're an entrepreneur.
I
What do you think?
definitely, like, there are so many people that are making pivots. Like, I'm telling you, I've seen musicians baking cakes and
Yeah.
starting, like, they're tapping into whatever they can. And I believe that, first of all, how attractive is it to see a man just rise to the occasion, to not be above, something? Because a lot of times we do see people get stuck in that, well, this is the only thing that I want to do. So I thought that it was amazing to see him like be willing to do whatever to take care of his family. And I did feel like it was unnecessary grilling. Like, just give him his paycheck already, give him his job, I'm here, that I can't do my job, what I'm used to, my profession is, everything's at a halt. What season we're in. Yeah. So I just felt like it was just unnecessary pressure, and I was annoyed by that. But I also understand that I feel like we always have to give the extra excuse, the extra details to show why we are, why we're here. Like,
yeah. And honestly,
in the pandemic,
he really did rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
And he really gave a really heartfelt like speech, and it worked like wonders. Yeah. But it's like, did you really have to do? Why did you make him even have to go through all that shit? Come on, the fuck.
Do you feel like he kind of took a little bit of that Charlie conversation where she was giving tips, and he was like at the door kind of listening to how to sell yourself? I felt like that was very like nostalgic to what that conversation was. Like, he was like saying, you need me, like, and he sold it perfectly based off of what I felt.
I also felt like it's psyching himself out, because it's really a change of pace for him.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To have to go from being a farmer, being an employer, as he said, being an entrepreneur, working the land, he has so much pride in that, to now having to pivot. So it's like him also, like, he's convincing her and himself. And I think it's genuine. I think that he really did, a great job with it. But I just think y'all laid off people. You know what I'm saying? Like, can the motherfucker do the job or not? If so, then that's fine. You do know that anybody's gonna quit after 4 months.
Right.
Like, okay, we're not signing a blood oath, okay? Season, what was your take on it?
I worked at a nursing home before as a CNA when I was in nursing school. And even as a nurse working for an agency, I've taken shifts at nursing homes, and their turnover rate is wild as fuck. Like, I've seen people show up for their first day of work and like never come back after their first day. So I could kind of understand like doing an interview and like, what your finance doing in here? You really want to work here? Like, wait a minute, but at the same time, I had to say that at one point. He ain't cried in 3 episodes, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I forgot how fine your ass is. But I think she might have just been taken aback a little bit. But you're right. Like, we shouldn't have to do all that. You need me. I'm obviously here for a check. Knock it off. Do you need a motherfucker to sweep the floor?
Exactly.
That's
all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like,
what's up? What you want? What you need?
Like, leave him alone. Shit, bitch. The fuck. You probably don't even want to be there. Shit.
I know she don't want to be there. Shit.
Yeah. Hello. So let's see. I'm gonna some of the comments, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Let's see. Okay, I already talked about that. Emily Turp has a couple of comments. Ralph Angel's always some drama going on, and you just know something is gonna happen with Darla that's gonna test the relationship. I don't know. I'm on the optimistic side with them. I think that they're in a good place. I haven't seen any indication that there's gonna be any drama, so I'm gonna go on that side. Some people, okay, so we have a couple comments that really don't like Darla and Raw together. They wanted him and the lawyer. I don't think he had any chemistry whatsoever with the lawyer. the one who had the child or whatever. I wasn't. I'm always team chocolate, team brown skin girl. But Darla and Ralph Angel are just like meant to be together. And I just didn't think he had chemistry with the girl because I don't know if there was an age difference. There was just something to me that just didn't spark it, like Ralph Angel and Darla do. But that was just my take on it. Let's see. Everybody agrees that he did a good job and that it was excessive, all this stuff that they made him go through.
Yeah.
Oh, K5 says, I'm rooting for Raw. Hope he doesn't get sick. Yeah, because they all doing a lot of stuff out. MJ says, I've interviewed people for thankless hard jobs. You have to make sure they're not quitting tomorrow. Yes, but she was all like, save the world. This is what we want you to come in here with this attitude. And it's like, really? Fuck off, lady.
Yeah.
And K5 says, I work per diem in a nursing home. The grind is real. Yes. Shout out to nursing home workers. Shout out to healthcare workers. Shout out to essential workers. Shout out to frontline workers. Shout out to everybody.
Thank you.
Yes, because y'all are still keeping the country going. Like, let's just be real. We're still in this. And so I do think it was appropriate that Nova did acknowledge her privilege to a certain extent. So I think that they are showing the various facets of it. I just want them, hopefully they've gotten all that out the way. Next week, we'll see more character development, more character story moving forward. The previews look like we were going in that way. Apparently, Calvin has a daughter that's like, I don't know, I couldn't tell if she was a teenager or college student. Calvin, Nova's husband, no, Nova's boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
So she gonna show up at Nova and Calvin's place.
Yeah, he mentioned the daughter that wasn't gonna show up. It was only his son and his younger daughter.
Okay, so I forgot about that. Yeah, so she gonna show up and she gonna have a bad attitude. So we're gonna see how that goes.
Young Karen.
Come on.
So Charlie and Mike are gonna be having a little back and forth. Hollywood is gonna be checking on his mom. So there are some things that are gonna be happening in the next episode. I didn't really catch anything with Ralph Angel and Darla. I think if I saw any imagery though, it was positive. It wasn't nothing negative. So
he working. He at a nursing home. He at work.
Oh yeah, maybe she'll have another job too.
They work.
Yeah, they got work to do. Okay. And as Christopher, we'll close it out with this. Says, can we talk about how Bianca Lawson is ageless? Yes, we talked about it last week. Bianca Lawson is a vampire. Like, she just does not age. I remember her like way back in the day, and she still looks the same. And she looks the same in person too. She looks good in person. She's so youthful looking. So yeah, shout out to her. Now we didn't do the Battle of the Bobs this week, but y'all have my little U-part Bob wig.
Come on, it's a stiff wear. Come on, hit them.
It's also my delivery wig. So child, if y'all don't see us on here next week, that means that I'm out of commission. Okay, so
come on.
Hopefully that won't be the case. Hopefully that will not be the case. But thank y'all for tuning in. Yes, Steph says maybe a bit more exciting next episode. I think the next episode looked like it was going to be better. So
yeah. And
this was not a rag on the episode, but I'm not, let's just keep it real. If they're going to be Debbie Downer and have all this heavy shit on us, then we're going to have to keep it real. And let them know, like, okay, can we move on? Issa Rae, you're filming Insecure. If you see this, please lay off the COVID and Insecure, okay? Let's talk about Lawrence's baby that's on the way. Let's talk about Issa and her entrepreneurial shit. Let's talk about that stuff, okay? Let's leave some of the COVID shit, Let's leave it in the past.
So why you brought up Insecure? I'm in break from Insecure, Hattie. Okay, you right. Okay, yeah. She gonna definitely address COVID better. For real.
Season. Yes. All I'm saying is Insecure lends itself more to not addressing COVID, okay, than Queen Sugar.
I love me, okay? I love me.
Me too. I'm saying Insecure over here. I don't know when Insecure comes back though. Insecure, they're filming it. I've seen Kerry Washington post that she's directing. She does a great job. So
wow.
But anyway,
so we might get some crying next season then.
Shade. Yes. Every time says, you know what, season? Yeah.
Is that what
picking
she
up
does?
on it? You picking up on it. Anyways, all right, y'all. Check us back next week. Hopefully, we'll have more non-COVID stuff to talk about. And yeah, it's been real. Bye, y'all.
Bye.